Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Editor of the Daily Oz is here, Emma Gillespie. Hello.
Hello, hello. Well, there's a new show on Netflix everyone is talking about. 20 million people around the world have watched it, and it's inspired new evidence to be put forward in the case of the Menendez brothers.
Talk us through the case for those that don't know it.
So this is a story about two brothers from a very wealthy Beverly Hills family in 1989 who were convicted, found guilty of murdering their parents in their living room. So Lyle and Eric Menendez, they were 18 and 21 at the time. The story goes that, well, their story goes that they went to the movies and they came home one night and their parents were shot, killed, massacred in their home. Now, they were eventually found guilty of their murder. The real story, or the story that we're supposed to believe according to the courts and the lawyers, is that they premeditated the murder of their parents. They shot them, they killed them. Now, there is alleged...
For money?
To inherit the $14 million estate at the time. But also there's an argument that it was an act of self-defense because there was abuse in the home. The father was allegedly physically, emotionally, sexually abusive. And so that's a whole other part of this story. But it was a really high-profile, kind of very glamorous suburban family with this horrific thing that happened.
And the boys are in prison.
And the boys have been in prison since the 90s. Yep.
Wow.
So there's this new show. It's called Monsters. It's a dramatization of events. It's from Ryan Murphy, who also made the Jeffrey Dahmer show. He's known for doing a lot of these kind of dramatizations of these sort of
The
high
Jeffrey
profile.
Dahmer show. And here's
La 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 la.
the Jeffrey
Can't
Jeffrey
wait to see
Dahmer
the cooking
dances.
segment.
Yep, yucky. But there's new evidence now that's been put forward. So as we often see with these stories, whether it's a doco, a podcast, a Netflix show, everyone becomes really, really interested in it, and it might open up new doors of inquiries. So we've got this letter that's apparently being reviewed as possible new evidence in the case. This was submitted to the LA District Attorney by Eric Menendez, one of the brothers, and the lawyers say that this letter corroborates allegations of sexual abuse by the father, Jose Menendez. Now, part of the kind of complicated factors involving the original defense with this case was that at the time, the court didn't take the abuse allegations seriously, that they didn't consider that a self-defense murder might have been motivated by this alleged abuse because they didn't believe that the abuse had happened. Now, Eric Menendez's lawyers are saying we can prove with this evidence, who knows what it really is.
Oh, so we don't know what the evidence is.
Well, it's a letter, so that's all we know is it's some kind of letter that corroborates the abuse, and that they're saying that the court would be able to consider this as proof that there was motivation for a self-defense act, and that could see the boys get a reduced sentence or be released completely. Now, I say the boys, they're now both aged in their 50s. They've been
They're in their
behind bars for 30 years.
50s. They're in their 50s.
Yes. And then enter Kim Kardashian to the story. I know what you're thinking. You can't have a Beverly Hills murder without Kim Kardashian having her say in this.
Because isn't she's studied law now, and she's sort of an advocate for people who've been misimprisoned, if that's a word.
Yes,
Wrongly
so
imprisoned.
she's an advocate, exactly as you say, for the wrongly imprisoned. She's halfway through a law degree. She's not quite done yet, but she's become an advocate in this space. She wrote an essay defending the brothers that NBC News published last week. She said she's met them. They're not monsters. They're kind and intelligent men. She wants their sentences reconsidered. She said we should not deny who they are today in their 50s. Physiologically and psychologically, time changes us, and I doubt anyone would claim to be the same person they were at 18. I know I'm not.
No, but at the same time, there's a whole lot of people in prison who are serving sentences for acts they did at that age. You know, if you murder someone at the age of 20, just because you're older and you think, I'm a different person now, doesn't change that.
Yeah, well, this is the other complicating factor with this story is a lot of people are saying, you know, both things can be true. You might have had a horrific childhood with an abusive father and he might have been a monster. You also could have premeditated his murder.
Yeah.
And you could be serving a life sentence for that as well. So it's this kind of question about whether or not the abuse was handled fairly or sensitively enough in the court at that time. There was a mistrial, a hung jury, a retrial. really, really complicated. The co-creator of the show, Ryan Murphy, who I mentioned, he's defended it. He says that Eric and Lyle Menendez should be thanking him for bringing the case back into the, conversation. The brothers have criticized the show. One has released a statement from prison through his wife saying that it's a complete false character assassination.
So he's got a wife.
He
How
would
did
have
he get a
been. He
wife?
would have been married while in prison.
Yes.
There's a whole gaggle of women who are into that stuff.
So that'd be easy. As a woman, you marry a guy that's in jail.
You know where he is every night, and he writes love letters to you. That's
Exactly.
all that's
Yeah,
required.
a sexy pen
It's the
pal.
same as a Nigerian scam. It's the same
a
thing.
sexy pen pal.
A sexy pen pal. One is cheaper, I think.
Em, thank you.
Check it out on Netflix, Monsters.